Last night, that's why I named this Fight Club. I went on, I was coming on here to do this live real quick, and I was like, what I'm gonna name this? And in my mind said Fight Club. And not like the Fight Club that you saw with Brad Pitt in the movie, but Fight Club. It's a lot of, and as spirit comes to me, I'm gonna let y'all know exactly. I'm gonna let you all know, the channeling information I'm receiving, but the dream last night. So, okay, I don't know if I shared with y'all, but a few weeks ago, right before y'all's holiday and stuff on the 24th, I believe, that week, I believe it was that Sunday before that Thursday, the 24th, 25th, on that week, my cousin, who's 41 years old, he was dropped off at the hospital, and they dropped his body off. He was already dead or getting ready, or almost dead or whatever. Somebody came, whoever he was with, and dropped his body off at the hospital, and they left. So I got a phone call from my family. They was telling me all this and more. Needless to say, y'all know that I end up having dreams where I go into both realms. So last night I had a dream of, or like I said, I even hate using the word dream, but I have to, so y'all know what I'm talking about. So I was in this space in the astral realm, and my cousin, he came to me. Now, is he had to have reached out and tapped my energy from another dimension or realm in the astral plane, because everybody don't do that. It's only certain people energies that can tap into my space when they trying to contact me, and I can adhere to it. And some people don't need me to see or don't need me to know they good. So anyway, y'all, whew, it's a lot, because I was already tired yesterday, because I had to work, my remote job. I had to work at work. I had to do two jobs at once. It's just been a long week. Needless to say, I was tired. I went to bed at 7 o'clock at night because I was tired. You probably can hear it in my voice. I'm still tired. And there's still a lot to do. But he came into my dream. So in a dream, I was in a car. I was traveling with a spirit guide, and so um, in the car, I believe my spirit guide was like, "Okay, I'm going to follow you," or either she said, it was a feminine energy, or either she said, "I'll follow you," or "You follow me," something like that. I just remember us following each other. I can't remember who was who. So we driving down. We go around this corner, and my spirit guide, yeah, and this shit's so crazy and deep. It's like I don't know if I'm getting information on what actually really happened with his death, because I'm starting to get chills and stuff. So anyway, we it's showing me what street to turn and go down, y'all. Here, I'm going down the street, and then we stop. We end up at this apartment complex. This apartment complex that we end up at, we had to go up second floor. And I'm not even gonna say the guy's name, because I'm gonna check in with the family and see if this is somebody that he was associated with. So I was told that, hey, you got to go up to this guy's apartment. And I was like, okay. My spirit guide went up first. I told my spirit guide to go first. And I said, I need to go to my car. I need to move something. I need to move my car. So I go to the car, move it. My spirit guide already goes up to the apartment number. Now, there was a female there, as well as this guy that was there in this apartment. And this guy was in the back. The girl was in the front. They was asking for me. By the time I come up, I'm starting to have a remote viewing. I started to have a remote viewing of everything that was going on in this apartment. building. This in in the living room of the apartment complex, y'all. Now I didn't get the female name, but I do have the male name, and I'm not disclosing that because this could be connected to his death, like I said, and I'm gonna share that with my family, with my aunt. Everything starts to get a little bit chaotic. Next thing I know, it's like we drop to the underworld. I can only call it the underworld, and that's because it was like a drop in energy. Just like here, we are fallen angels. We've dropped in vibration, we've dropped in frequency. I dropped down in another frequency. It was almost like a crash. And then next thing I know, his energy dropped down. I remember seeing him. I remember seeing another female that was there, and then myself. Like we dropped down, and it was like a plane crash, and it was glass everywhere, and I was just like, "Oh my God!" Like how we end up in a plane crash, and all of this is going on. Like I got to get us out of here. In my mind, I was the one that had to be responsible for getting everybody out to safety. That was my responsibility. So then, as I'm seeing myself in this plane crash with all this glass and helping them, I also zoomed out and started to have a remote viewing of everything that was going on. And everything around that plane like was dark. Everything was black. It was like totally blacked out. The plane was white, and then it was just glass all everywhere and everything. But what was still weird about the plane crash is that it still looked like the apartment. It still looked like we were in that living room of the guy. Now I told you I'm not gonna say the guy's name that was associated with my cousin friend or whatever. Like they were associates or friends or whatever. It was like we were still in his living room. So that's a part of it. Like I told you, I'm calling this Fight Club because there was a lot going on, a lot of disturbance and chaotic energy. So then I wake up in the middle of the night. I wake up here in this reality. Of course, I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I roll over, and then I dream again. The second part of the dream, I'm in a grocery store. I'm with my mother. Remember, I told you my mother died in 2020. She transitioned then. And next thing I know, I'm with my aunt. We're driving again. I'm in a car. My aunt is in a car. My aunt is now following me, but I was supposed to be following her. I don't even know what this means because my spirit guide was doing that in the first part of the dream by my cousin. Now, the second part of the dream, my aunt is following me or I'm following her. We turn down this side street. We're in a residential area, neighborhood. It's dark. It's completely dark outside. You couldn't see anything. It was so dark. No street lights, no nothing. We were going to visit my mother that was like in the hospital. So my aunt said, I turned down this street so we could park on this street because we don't have to pay if we park on this side. So I was like, okay. Now she parks in front of this house. I keep driving and I leave my car in the middle of the street. And she was like, no, you need to pull up. You need to park on the side. We'll be okay here if we park on the side. So I get in the car some type of way. I don't even remember. Move my car over to the side. We get out. We start walking. Now, me and my aunt had an exchange of words, something we said. Next thing I know, we walked just a little bit, boom. We are in this location where my mother is. My mother has on a pink house robe and a pink towel, bath. Okay, I'm going to explain it to you. Not a towel. Do you all know, and you see them at the store, there are these wraps. It's similar to like what I got on my head right now, but it's out of terry cloth. You wear it around your hair so your hair doesn't get wet when you're in the shower. She had one of those with a pink bow on it. She had on a pink, it was almost like a fuchsia pink, almost like this color pink, bathrobe and hair, terry cloth head wrap. Okay. And I remember asking her, I was like, why are you here? Mom, why are you here with this on? Da, 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 da. And she had like this combative attitude. Like she didn't want to talk about nothing. And I was like, okay, well, we here. Like we drove and we had to park and get here. And you didn't tell us you were here. Then there comes like we're in a court. My mother's in this courtroom decision. Set up. This where it get weird as fuck, y'all. This is when the AI come. This is when the shit get weird as fuck. And that's why I said I dropped down in energy into some type of underworld shit. The plane crash kind of like took me here as well. I believe that plane crash navigated me since I was in that space. It navigated me here. And I'm going to start talking about how the AI came into play. So it's almost like we were in this courtroom, y'all. But it wasn't like what we see in a courtroom on TV. You know, like we'll see a courtroom and stuff on TV. It wasn't like that. It was almost like a room. And it was this female energy that was like this judge. It was my mother and this other lady and then this man. Now, my mother and this other lady, they were on the same side, and then they were against this masculine energy, this male that was there. It was some type of fight for something. Well, anyway, they had to separate. My mother goes into another room, and the lady is still out there. Now, what's weird is there was like this Madonna energy. That's what kept coming to me was Madonna. So I'm going to have to go through research Madonna. What is Madonna? Because Madonna means something. Even the Madonna means something. And I got to Google that. And if anybody knows Madonna, I may even pull it up right here while I'm on this computer right now, y'all. Let's look at what is Madonna from their perspective. Because not like, okay, Madonna, beautiful woman, virtuous. They put it, okay, so we would put Madonna, they said Virgin Mary, but Madonna will actually be Aset. Okay. So the Aset energy was there. That was Madonna that kept coming to my mind. My mother leaves out. They separate my mama in another room. That energy of that lady that I'm calling my mother changes. It ain't my mama no more. But it is a female energy. She goes into this separate room, separate from the courtroom of things that's going on. It was, I don't even know what was really going on in that room. She was talking to some people that were like telling her things that she needed to do and say. She was even having conversations. It felt like she was having conversations within herself of things that she needed to do, but it felt like a collective energy that was inside of her. So when she walks out, they call for her to go back into this courtroom area to testify. When she leaves out, there's a line in the air of these AI robots. They are about this big, y'all, flying in the air, right behind her, like they were with her. And then it almost felt like, okay, what I was feeling with her having this conversation with herself, with these other people that was within her, were really these AI robots that was in that are a part of her. Like now, because I told you when she went to the room, she wasn't my mama anymore. She changed into something else. And when she walks, she's having this conversation within herself, but felt like it was with multiple people. Then she walks out. It was about 6, 7 different floating AIs just behind her, and they were like oval shaped. They was about this big, y'all, and they was like zoom right behind her, about a row of 6 or 7. Then when she gets back into the courtroom, they disappear. They gone. Ain't no more AIs. They gone. Those little robot flying things are gone. She started crying. Another lady that I told you that had that Madonna energy, she starts crying. They start hugging. They got separated of whatever was going on, and they made that whatever that female energy that I'm calling my mother, that wasn't her anymore. She had to stand up and testify. And that was the dream. And then I woke up, y'all. I forgot. Before it even got to that, there was a fight. That's why I named this Fight Club in the first place. There was a fight. Something, me and my mother were fighting. I was fighting. It was like I was fighting her. It was like I was like hitting her and beating her. It was like I had took her leg off and was beating her with her leg. And it was because, like I told you before, she had this combative energy, and it wasn't her. And it was like I was trying to wake her up or beat her or beat like this information or energy into her so she could wake up. So y'all, that was the dream. Praise as fuck, y'all. But so much symbolism in it as well, because it's not my energy, as I'm saying, I'm having the Madonna and I said, but that is the matriarchal energy. That is the mitochondria energy, that is being represented by my mother and by the female, and that Madonna energy. That is what's going on right now. And I don't know if those who got inoculated are now having that the AI come online inside of them, and they're having this conversation within themselves, but it's not even really them, it's really the AI. Because remember, I saw the AI coming out of my mother that was swarming behind her. So it's like, okay, that's the matriarchal female mitochondrial energy represented by this mother. Remember, the two women, they are in a courtroom, they start crying because it's almost like you're in a courtroom, you have no decision right now. Like there's a war going on, there's a fight, there's nothing you can do, because really the decision has already been made if you decided to go against and you decided to connect with that AI energy and not with your higher self. And y'all know what I'm talking about when it comes down to the jab and all that kind of stuff. So there's some things that's going on right now, y'all will see people, like I was listening to V this morning, and her giving her 666 synopsis on her channel. There's a lot of things going on. People being sick. They're extremely sick. They're extremely going through a lot of chaotic energy. You'll see a lot of online. If you are receiving these messages on your phone, like I keep up with it, I just don't allow it in. Because there is a fight. There's a cosmic war, y'all. There's a spiritual war that's going on. Cosmic war, spiritual war, physical form war, that's going on so many different levels. It's not just you within yourself, but it's always you. But there's also a higher plane of existence war that's going on that is cosmic. So I got a lot of messages, as you all know. The um, we have the I would say we all can go into different realms of existence. Just like I told you, I was on the astral plane. We can go inside of different realms. For whatever reason, my cousin came to me online because he wants to give me information on what happened with his death, because it's still right now it's under investigation. That's why I'm only giving certain amounts of it to you all on this platform and not giving any names, because I don't know how deep I have received that I need to share with my aunt. Just like when my one of my soulmates died, my ex that died in 2015, and like I told you about before, he constantly started coming to me, and he was telling me things to tell his mother reached out to me. I didn't even reach out to her. She reached out to me and wanted me to come over to her house, and she wanted me to read the biopsy, and then I was able to share with her what he had told me in the astral plane when I was in a dream state, in order to share with her and the family. And so when things come to me like this, I don't take it like, it don't mean that it was just a dream. No, this shit is serious. And because we are online, especially us who have been doing the work, we have opened up ourselves to be able to tap in, yet at the same time we're protected because we know what to do. So when you were in the religious sector, some of the things they would say was you don't want to go into that. It'll release open up a portal, and you don't want to go into that. Ain't nothing wrong with opening up portals as long as that you know who you are and you know that you're protected. And so even though that I'm able to go into, and you all too, we all ain't I'm no more powerful than anybody. We all can go into these various realms of existence. We can see people who have transitioned. We can see people who have been dead 20, 30. I've seen my great great grandparents. I've seen my great grandmother. I've seen people who died long time ago before I was even born that have connected with me. I've seen people who have no relation to me that I don't even know that have connected to me and given me their story, from adults, even children who have died at a young age. I had a 4 or 5 year old, and then she was able to take me into another deeper realm, and I was able to see these other children who had transitioned and how they had become like these oracles of these ancestors. And that was on a whole nother level. So we can tap into these various states. And when we do tap in these various states, they are for us to utilize here too. Not for us just to say, I'm this, all grandiose oracle and start charging people money for No, this is real information to help us raise our frequency, to help us raise our vibration. And when spirits like this, like my cousin just did, comes out and reach out to you based on an investigation that we don't even know what happened and what cause of death it was, but he's able to tap into somebody who's in the family that's connected on both realms. I'm connected here, but yet his energy has rose up enough frequency, because once you leave here, you go up to a higher frequency anyway, because you ain't in a physical 3D dense realm. You're able to go back. Now he can send that information. He probably was like, okay, who in the family is tapped in? Who in the family is tapped in? And he has come back to send that information to me so I can share the information, and we can be open vessels to be able to do that, y'all. We can be open vessels to be able to do that. So I wanted to share that. There is a fight going on. There's a spiritual fight. There is a lot going on right now. Please share with me anything that you feel that resonated with you, that you maybe can give me your perspective on the dream that I had last night. Because I was like, I'm not going to keep letting this day go without me sharing this dream, even if I just need to go back and just review it myself, because I review my dreams and I listen to my videos over and over and over. Yeah, I listen to it over and over. But that Madonna energy, I'm glad I looked that up. Like, yeah, Madonna, virtuous woman. We always see the Madonna holding what they say, Heru, or the baby Jesus. It's a beautiful woman, virtuous woman. And I want to also look up the Madonna etymology. That's really what I want. It's definitely Italian, yes. Where did the word originate from? Italy. But we know that Madonna is actually Auset energy. It's the virgin woman. Auset and Heru. Jesus, really, that's Heru. Madonna's Auset. We know that. We also have the dark or black Madonna, or this is the Heru and Auset. Yeah. So, yeah. Who was the Madonna goddess? Isis, but I don't say Isis, I say Auset. Gaia, Kali, Diana, Sheila, Najik, I don't even know who that is, and the ancient primal earth mother goddess. Now that is what I was looking for. So in the courtroom, the energy that I said I kept feeling was in my head Madonna. It came in my head Madonna because that's the only thing that you receive messages based on the level that you're on, right? So only my, but it is the ancient primal earth mother goddess. So I was saying the ancient prime earth mother goddess. Hearing that really connects with that earth mother goddess and the AI trying to take over the earth mother, primal earth mother goddess. There's something going on there, y'all. Now that I see this as a connection to Madonna, this is what I was seeing in my dream. That energy was actually the ancient primal earth mother goddess given to me in a form that this physical vessel and the level of consciousness that I'm on in this realm could recognize. And by me verbalizing what was going on in a dream, I'm able to depict it more so in a metaphorical sense. But when I break it and unveil it from the depths of what it was giving me, instead of like a movie, it can give me a real message on what I was seeing with those floating AIs. The Madonna energy is the ancient primal earth mother goddess. Even being in a courtroom, having that fight against my mother, there's a fight. There's a fight. There's a fight against the ancient primal earth mother goddess right now. That's what's going on, y'all. And it's going to court. And these people are getting ready to pay for what has been done. And as I go through my day, thinking about this dream and dissecting it more, and also having that information about my cousin's suspicious death at the age of 41, and the information that was given to me, I'm going to dissect it even more, you all. But I wanted to share that. And I was able to go live. I ain't never been live on my phone, so this is interesting that I could do this now. I didn't know it. So yeah, I wanted to share that, y'all. If you have anything that you feel like you want to share on your perspective with this dream, do it. I'm open to anybody's decoding of dreams. Everybody's decoding of dreams helps me more to narrow down what the message actually means for me and then what it means for the collective, y'all. So, of course, I'm always going to leave you in peace and high frequency.